Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden, Assistant AD and Sports Information Director. With me is Coach Yetzer. Nate,
Good, Gary.
How's everything going?
Good, real good.
Good.
Yeah, we're in the thick of things. So
I can imagine where everybody's excited about getting the season started. The first official start date is October 10th, 11th, something like that?
Yep, October 11th, I believe.
You guys pretty excited?
Yeah, they're really excited. Yeah,
right,
they're really excited.
Well, we're excited about seeing the second look at the season and everything last year. Of course, you know, wrapping up from last year at 9-6 overall, or 6-3 overall record. You placed well in some tournaments, 10th at the regionals, sent a kid to the NCAA tournaments, won the Newport News Builder Invitational, I guess it was. What's the excitement early on this year? What are the guys saying?
You know, guys are really excited. I think they're ready to take that next step. You know what I mean? They want to see where they are, and you know, they're just ready to get scrapping. You know, this time of year is conditioning, so guys get tired of running and all that stuff. But I think. You know, I think guys are ready to get on the mat. So
good. We're excited to see them on the mat and everything. Talking about on the mat early, there's a youth wrestling tournament here in Franklin, on Ferrum's campus.
Right.
November 1st. Talk a little bit about that.
It's a tournament that we're starting up. It's called Monsters on the Mat. We're working in doing a co-op with the YMCA, and you know, I'm excited about it. You know, it's going to be a fun tournament for youth of all ages, all weights, and it's going to be 4 mats over there. And, it should be a good time.
This will be held
real festive,
inside the YMCA, which is formerly the fitness center here at Ferrum College, and now we're in a partnership with them. So, and 4 mats will fit in there pretty easily.
Oh, easily. Yep. A lot. You know, we're expecting a big crowd. I think it's going to be a pretty big tournament. You know, it's the day after, obviously, Halloween, so we're expecting a big crowd.
Okay, I know that a lot of kids, parents have been contacting us asking about the tournament and everything.
Yep.
Franklin County has always had a large youth wrestling program. I coached the youth wrestling program for about 6 years back in the day, and we'd have anywhere from 40 to 60 or 70 kids involved with the program. I don't know how big it is right now, but I think last year they finished the year with over 40 kids. So you'll probably get a lot of Franklin County kids and all the local communities.
Yeah, I'm sure. If people want to find out more information or how many kids are going to be there per weight, all they got to do is contact Coach Brandon Bradley, who's going to head up basically leading the tournament.
Okay.
And you can just contact him through email at bbradley BBRADLEY at ferrum.edu.
bbradley@ferrum.edu. You hear that, folks? Get your kids registered for the tournament. Okay. That night, you have another wrestling event here.
Right.
Our own Black and Gold scrimmage. Talk a little bit about the importance of that night for your guys individually.
You know, we call it inter squad. I mean, it's not really a wrestle off per se. You know, because we're always going to put the best guy in the lineup. That's the best in competitions. This is more just kind of I guess, guys to put on singlets, weigh in, kind of do a dry run before we start competing 2 weeks later at the Pembroke Classic. So it's good to see where everybody is, and for some guys it's a wake up call. For other guys, it's a confidence builder, and they can build on it. And you know, I'm excited to see how the guys compete. You know, seeing guys compete and guys at practice are 2 different things. So I'm excited to see it.
Sure. Last year we had a nice little crowd. We had that. We streamed it for you guys, and probably had a couple hundred people in the stands that night. It wasn't as big as our opening night when we had our first match. That was a big night. Probably 800-900 people in the gym then. And but it was exciting to see that many people showing up for an inter squad scrimmage and everything. So. First match of the year this year, you guys have got your first home meets at the Washington and Lee?
No, we go to the Pembroke Classic on November 16th. It's our first tournament going to as a team. The Black and Gold, obviously, this year, that's the inter squad.
I see.
Then after that, we got the Pembroke Classic. So it's a week. I believe it's a week later this year. Kind of starting the season a week later. Just to have, it's a long season. We have so many freshmen in our lineup. And it's going to be a long year for them, so we want to make sure we kind of shorten the season and make it, conducive to being successful too.
Okay. When's the first time you guys are in Ferrum wrestled there? Is it January?
Yeah, not till second semester, unfortunately. You know,
Southern
besides the Black and Gold inter squad, you know, we hope to get a huge crowd. The next one is, I believe, we wrestle Southern Virginia University.
16th.
January 16th at 7 p.m. at our place. So.
Yeah. And I saw on the schedule, we didn't talk about this a couple weeks ago when we had you on the show, but I noticed that there was the Panther Open Tournament. Talk a little bit about that format.
Yeah. January 24th, we're going to have our first open tournament here on campus. And, you know, we sent out an email the other day inviting, you know, every team in the country pretty much. And had some coaches from California like, no thanks. But we're hoping to make it a big event. You know, we're going to have 4 mats. in the YMCA, and if need be, we got the gym reserve. We can have 2 mats in the gym as well too. So
6 mats.
Yeah, totally. If it comes to that, first years are usually somewhat small. So, but and I don't think a lot of our starters will be wrestling on that. It's kind of their only weekend off. So, and then the next week we head out to Chicago. So, I think our whole team will wrestle that. Besides probably our 10 starters.
All right, now the Pete Wilson, you mentioned out in Chicago, right. Pete Wilson Invitational, the Wheaton Invitational out there in Chicago. Talk a little bit about, I understand last year we went to that, took about 10 guys, one
right.
per weight class and everything. Logan Meister, who went to the NCAA tournament later in the year for you, he placed 8th. Talk about the importance of going out to the Midwest where wrestling is obviously a real hotbed and everything, and getting that type of experience.
For us, it was a great experience because our guys really got a true feel of where they were. Us being obviously a very southern school in Division III, we don't see a lot of those teams. I mean, it's important for us to go out there and see those teams that we're going to see at nationals, the teams that are, to be honest, the most successful teams in the country. It's important to go out there and see them and kind of see where we are. And we found out real quick where we were. And I mean, we had ways to go. And it was great for our guys. We came back, we collected ourselves, and then then we finished strong the rest of the year. So
it's real intense out there, the wrestling in the Midwest.
It's just different. It's different. Most of our guys, a lot of guys on our roster, they come from small schools, so they're not used to seeing all this national competition. So there are obviously different pockets throughout the country. You have different types of wrestling. Not that it's any better, but the Midwest is more hand fighting. Big strong kids. I think. Maybe in Virginia down this way, it's a little more, I don't want to say technical, but kind of more technical, you know what I mean? And I think, for our guys, it was an eye-opener, seeing how hard those guys wrestle, you know what I mean? And it's not, everything's not really slick, sometimes it's, you grab a leg, you throw the guy down,
Right. So. Right. When someone starts hand fighting and you're not used to that, it can be a really, throws you off your game.
Absolutely.
You can't get your shots when your hands are all tied up and everything, so.
Yep.
We'll talk. Let's talk a little bit about the roster, what you have for this year and everything. I'd like to go down and maybe touch each weight class.
Yeah.
125 pounds is the first weight class. I mean, obviously a tough weight class to recruit for because it's hard to get kids in college that can make 125. You had a kid there last year. Robert Cunningham was a match away from going to the NCAA tournament, losing the consolation finals. He's back this year. Is he going to be able to make 125 again?
Yeah, we think so. I mean, obviously, he's still a little ways away, but I think, that's the goal. So I think he's a pretty disciplined kid and so focused that I think he will. And we'll probably wrestle him in and out of the lineup a little bit, because it's going to be a tough cut for him. So.
And do you have other kids that will back up him?
Yeah, yep. I think Dakota Thompson's dropping down to 25 this year. Who's a junior for us.
Sure. Kid transferred here from Old Dominion a couple years ago. Yeah.
But a slew of freshmen. I'll hold talking about freshmen until maybe next time.
Okay.
I like to reserve judgment until I see him for a month or so.
So we get him on the map.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, 133 pounds. Last year you had Justin Zimmerman made All-State for us. First time we've ever had anybody make All-State. Of course, we're a first-year program. Very difficult to make the All-State team because we're competing with Virginia Tech, Old Dominion. They're all lumped together. There's not that many schools in Virginia, so maybe about 7 of them. So
exactly. Yeah.
He's back for you as well.
Yep, absolutely. He had an unbelievable summer and came back looking really fit. And I think I'm expecting a huge year out of him. Technically, he's the best guy on our team,
really,
wrestling-wise. And I think he just got to believe that. I don't know if he believes that. So I'm excited to see. He got out of the gate fast last year. Toward the end of the year, he didn't have a great regionals, and I think it left a bitter taste in the mouth the rest of the summer. So I think
hungry.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely, which is good. So 41. Obviously, we got Logan Meister back. We'll probably get him back in December, I would think.
He had the surgery last year on his shoulder.
Surgery on his shoulder. Yep, but he looks way ahead of schedule. He's doing a great job. So obviously expecting big things. And Paul Biggs, Jr., the guy that came in the first recruiting class.
Yep.
I think he's making the drop down to 41.
He looks good too.
He looks good.
Like
he's more of a 41 than he is a 49. So I think he's gonna have a lot of success there. 49. Obviously, we got Damon Minor dropping down 57 year ago, which is probably a better weight for him. It's probably more realistic for him.
He was tough at 57 last year.
Yeah, he had some tight matches. He's just got to find a way to win. He's in every match. Sometimes he's his own worst enemy, but he came back looking pretty fit too. So
pound for pound, might be the strongest kid you have on your team.
Yeah, and he loves wrestling. which is the key, man. You got to love this sport, sure. To go do it at this level. So, and then Logan Smith had an unbelievable summer. He's going from 41 to 49, and there's not much of a cut for him, but he got big this summer, and he's going to give it a go at 49. So I'm excited to see how he does.
Real quick kid, isn't he?
Yeah, had a great end of the year last year too. He wrestled the NCO Nationals. Right. We were the only Division III team there. It was all the other Division I teams. And he went 2-2. The 2 matches he lost were relatively close, and he beat 2 guys that were highly recruited coming out of high school. So, if he believes he's good, I mean, if he believes himself as much as we believe him, I think he's gonna have a huge year. I mean, he's gonna turn a lot of heads this year.
All right. So that weight class sounds like you guys are gonna be living with either him, Devon Minor, or
Stacked. It's gonna be really competitive. Really competitive.
That's a great problem to have as a coach,
exactly.
Isn't it?
Exactly.
What about 157?
We got Daniel Reynolds here, who had a great summer too. Came back looking fit. A little injured right now, but he should be okay. But he's he looks to probably went 1 and 2 at regionals last year. He was our backup 49 pounder. We bumped him to 57 as our starter because a couple guys got hurt, and he took advantage of it, got the most out of it. So. But
great kid too.
Unbelievable kid. Great student too. Great student.
I understand he's an art student, right?
Right. Yep.
Art major. Yep. I think he's from what I understand, he's got some neat little art projects. Might be good for bringing him on the show sometime. Maybe bring some of his own.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Talented kid. So, great. Just a hard worker. Great kid. 65. Josh Alston. Took 6 to regionals last year. Dude's a stud. I mean, just wrestle around with him. I got to be focused and ready to go, otherwise he's going to hurt me. So,
I remember last year he wasn't even in your starting lineup, and then he bumped up a weight class to go to 165 to take that spot.
Absolutely. And he did this all year long. As he got adjusted to the weight, he just got better and better. Every match he got better and better and better. And it kind of came to a head at regionals. And really, realistically, I mean, I think he was a top 3 kid. I really do. I think he could have snuck in there to 3rd if he got in that 3rd or 4th place match. Right. Kind of had a mental lapse. It cost him 3 points at the end of a second period, go for 3rd and 4th, and he just didn't recover from it. So, but yeah, I'm expecting big things out of him. He's only a sophomore too. So, 74, we got Thomas Smith back, and Eddie Isherwood bumping up to 74 this year.
Eddie's one of the guys who was here a couple of years ago for the
he was first recruiting class. Yep. And so I'm excited. We got a slew of freshmen in that area too. So. Your guess is as good as mine. Who's going to come out of there as a starter? I have no idea. So it should be fun to watch, though.
Well, what about 84? Corbin
Ramos. Yep. And he had an up and down year last year, and some injuries. I think it was just just not really buying in 100%. But now he's totally bought in. He's had a great spring. Great end of the summer. So I'm really excited. He came back. I think last year he came in like over 200 pounds. Wrestling 84. This year is really disciplined. You could tell.
He looks trim.
Yeah, he does. Good. Yep, he's done a great job, and it's so obvious now seeing the difference between the second-year guys and the first-year guys. Sure. It's like the difference is just crazy.
I saw a bunch of them at the men's soccer game last night, and Corbin was out there, and he's just a really, really calm, cool, collected, put-together kid, and people are talking with him and everything, hanging around. He just seems like he's really easy going and everything, but he's not easy going on the mat.
No, not at all. He's got some skill. He's got some things that not a lot of guys his size can do. And the key is eliminating mistakes. And sometimes, to be honest, he's his own worst enemy. He can be really good. I mean, he's just got to stay out of his own way.
Comes from a very, very good high school wrestling program, Atoka High School of Richmond. They just put out state champions after state champions. They're 5A, one of the bigger schools in the state and everything, and they just roll through everything.
Absolutely. They get some athletes too, man. They got some athletes. So.
Sure. Talk about your 197-pound weight class. You had Darius McCray there last year. He's not back in school. Who do you got step into that lineup this year, you think?
We got about 3 or 4 freshmen that are battling out for that spot. So I'm excited to see how that shakes out. And it's a lot like 74. I have no idea who's going to win that spot. But I'm excited to see whoever does. It'll be pretty good, I think. So
we'll find out in the next couple of weeks who's going to be shaking out a little bit there. How about 285? You got Tate Delaney back.
Absolutely.
A big specimen and everything. Came back looking really good this year.
Absolutely. So. He did the same thing Josh did at the end of the year.
And you got some guys underneath him that are battling for that spot as well.
Yeah, we have 2 or 3 freshmen, and that's a weight class I'm not not overly concerned with because I think we got some good depth there. And Tate's going to do a great job, I think, and he's huge and he's really committed to lifting and getting better at wrestling. And so I'm really excited to see how he obviously didn't end the way he went last year, being hurt like a week before regionals.
Sure.
But I'm excited. So.
Well, we're excited about seeing what you're going to have on the mat, and we're looking forward to that November 1st